Okay. Another word in that story is a person's name. So that's a capital letter there. Another word in that story is w, e, s, wes, wes. That's another word in the story. Oh, I have a couple more friends join. I have to write their names down. Alexia, Amal, Dominic. It's like we almost have everybody here today. All right. Our next word is... All right, let's sound it out and figure out what it is. G. Tug. 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 Like, that's like if you pull on something. Let me get through these words real quick, Uliana, and then I'll get your question, okay? All right, I only have two more. All right, this is another person's name. All right, let's sound it out. B, e, n, Ben. Ben. So we have Wes and Ben. All right, and the last word is this one. Let's sound this word out. W. I, g, wig, wig. So based off of these words, maybe you can make a prediction on what do you think might happen in the story. We have Wes and Ben trying to win, tugging at wigs. I don't know. Interesting, might be an interesting story. Let me get Uliana's question. Yes, ma'am.
Tomorrow is my brother's birthday.
Oh, okay. Let's wait. If you have something to share, we'll share at the end, okay? So that's a share. Raise your hand if you have a question. We'll do shares at the end, okay? So these are our words that we can practice for our story that you're going to read tomorrow, okay? So if you come across a word you don't know, you can sound it out just like we did and practice each sound, rainbow slow, and then read fast. That's how we sound out our words. Okay. I also, before I read a story today, actually, I wanted to do some writing first. So I'm going to do a story writing. I pulled out a who, what, and a where to make a story today. Now, the important part of writing a story is that all the sentences go together. So when I pull out a who, and in this case is duck. So we're going to write a story about a duck, okay? That is, what are they going to be doing? Reading. Where is this duck going to be reading? In the snow. So this duck is reading in the snow, okay? I'm not going to write, I like ducks, I like reading, I like snow, because those things are just things that I like. It's not a story about the duck and what the duck is doing. So all the sentences have to be about my who and what they're doing. So let's start. I'll give us the first sentence and then we'll come up with the others on our own. So we're going to start with I see a duck. Or let's do I see the duck. I see the duck. So when I start a sentence, I start with a capital letter. Okay? So you guys are writing this down too. So we have I. And then we have our finger space. See, that's one of our sight words. We know how to spell that. See. Okay, I see. The, that's another rainbow sight word that we know how to spell. I see the. Now we have to sound out the word duck. So if I'm stretching out duck, let's see. If I'm stretching it out, d, k, first sound I hear? D, d. What's the first letter I'm going to write down for duck? Let me see. Klaus.
D.
D. D says D. I see the... Let me see. D. K. What's the second sound? What's the second sound I hear? Let me look for a hand. Julian. Wait. Hold on. I'm going to get you.
Always do right for these.
Hold on.
Left for me.
And... Nope. Julian, okay, show me with... It won't let me unmute you. So show me with your fingers what letter it's going to be. U. Yeah. D. U. Okay. Now we have our last sound. K. K. What letter might it be? What letter might it be? We have two choices, and we have one letter that really likes to stretch out at the end of a word. So what letter might go at the end? What do you think, JJ?
It's C.
Okay. C says K. All right. I see the duck. All right. So D, K. All right. What goes at the end of a sentence? What goes at the end of a sentence? Dorothy.
A period.
A period. Okay. I see the duck. All right. So we started talking about the duck. All right. Now I'm not going to say I like reading. I have to talk about the duck. That's what makes it a story, because I'm talking about this character. So if I'm talking about this character and reading, last time we said our elephant was a boy, so this time we're going to make our duck a girl. So what can I say about the duck and reading? I see the duck. What's something maybe I could write? Who has an idea for a sentence that I could write? Let me see. Give you a minute to think. Who has an idea? Let me see. Sarah, what's your idea?
She is reading.
Okay, we can do she is reading. All right. So, because that's talking about the duck. And this time the duck's a girl because our elephant was a boy last time. So, she. So, I need another space here. She is another one of our rainbow words that we know how to spell. JC, find a whiteboard or a pencil and write this with us. So, we have she. Capital letter to start my sentence. We have she. All right, is. We know how to spell is. That's another word. Is, so finger space, then is. All right, now we have to stretch out reading, which we should be able to figure out how to spell this one because we know all the sound chunks in reading. So first let's do read. We're just going to sound out read, okay? Like a book. Read. So if I'm sounding out read, because it's reading, I want to do just that first chunk first, which is read. What's the first sound I hear in read? What letter should I write down? Uliana.
R.
R. Okay. All right, now let's think. The next sound is not it's E. And there's two letters that make the E sound together. If we think about our Buddy Sound song, we have two scaredy cat letters that when they come together, they say E. So think for a minute. Let's think. You take a scaredy cat E and a scaredy cat A. You put them together and what do they say? E. So what two letters are going to make my E sound in E? What two letters? Let me see. Dominic.
E-Y.
Close. It's scaredy cat E and scaredy cat
What?
A. Yeah, A. Good job. A. So we have E, A. E. Both of those say E together. Now we're almost done with the word read. What do I hear at the end? D, d, d. What letter do I hear there? Let me see. Paris. What letter do I hear at the end? D. What letter says D, D, D?
D.
D. Yeah. So D. So we have she is read. Well, that doesn't make sense. I have to make the sentence make sense. So Sarah said reading. Ooh, I know a sound chunk that says ing. Oh, I see Julian doing the dance. He knows what it is. Let me see. Let me see who knows the sound. Sal's got to back her chair up. So we have ing, 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 ing. I'm the king of ing. So ing is going to be what 3 letters? Ing is what 3 letters? Who can tell me what 3 letters those are? Let me see. Alexia, what are those letters?
E.
I. It says, so it's I. Think about the song. Who can help Alexia out with the other 2? Let me see. Naoki.
I mean,
Yeah?
and
N. What's the last? G. Reading. She is reading. All right, that sounds like the end of the sentence. So I see the duck. She is reading. Period. That's the end of a sentence. All right. Now we have to somehow talk about where this duck is reading in the snow. All right. So if we're talking about snow, what could I say? What's a sentence I can add here at the end about the duck being in the snow? What could I say? Remember, it has to be about the duck. It can't be like, I like snow. It can't be about me. The story's not about Miss Hobbs. The story's about the duck. So I see the duck. She is reading. I have to use the word snow. What could I say? What's something I could say? Tavin, what do you think?
she's reading in the snow.
Okay, we could write she's reading in the snow. All right, maybe we could add that to our last sentence and just put in the snow. Do you think that's a good idea, Tavin?
I don't know.
Yeah? That way I don't have to write she is reading again. Maybe I can do that. So let's try that. So Miss Hobbs doesn't have an eraser, so I just have to cross it out. All right, we're going to add to that sentence because we're going to write she is reading in the snow. So Tavin thinks we should add those words to the end of the sentence, which I think is a good idea. So I just crossed it out. Remember, if you make a mistake, you just cross it out. You know, if you have an eraser, cool, but I don't. So she is reading. We'll write in. Who can spell in for me? Who can spell in for me? Let me see. Let me get someone I haven't heard from. Amal.
I-N.
I-N. All right. I-N. In. All right. We know how to spell the. It's up there. In. The. That's one of our rainbow words that we know. All right. Now we have to sound out snow. Snow. Ooh, I hear kind of like 2 sounds there. Like snake. There's 2 sounds there at the beginning. They're kind of glued together. What 2 letters do you hear at the beginning of that? What do you hear? Sophia, do you have an idea? What do I hear at the beginning of snow? What do you hear? What letter is that?
S.
Yeah, S. All right. Now there's a letter that's going to be glued to it. Kind of heard it. Let's see. Klaus.
N.
N, yeah. Sn. They're like glued together like sneeze. Sn. I hear them together. Right? Sn. O. Snow. What letter says O? This should be pretty easy. What letter says O? What letter says O? Who can I call on I haven't called on? JC, what letter says O?
The letter O.
Yeah. O says O. In the snow. In the snow. And at the end of a sentence, it's a period. I see the duck. She is reading in the snow. Now this is a story because all of our sentences are about the same person or same thing. It's not like I like ducks, I like reading, I like snow. Because that's a list of things that I like. That doesn't make it a story. Those are good sentences, but it doesn't make it a story. For it to be a story, they all have to go together. Okay? So after this video call, I'm going to read a book to you, but it's going to be by me sharing my screen, actually, here in a second. But after the call, you guys are going to draw a picture of this, and you can send it to me. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down for now, and I'm going to, this is a book on Epic that I didn't assign to you guys, but it's a really cool book. And this is the book that I read to the class via screen share during our Zoom meeting. I shared this book on Epic so that you can read it at home as well. Hey Water by Antoinette Portis. Saving water, we're going to talk about the different kinds of water we saw in that story. So who can tell me where, like, what's a place that we find water? What's somewhere in the story that said we could find water? Let's see, JJ.
In the pool.
In the pool. Where else could I find water? Uliana.
In the clouds.
In the clouds. Where else can I find water? Let's see, Dorothy. Where else? We have pool and clouds.
The sink.
In the sink. It comes out of the faucet in the sink. Let's see, Sophia.
A glass in the water.
Yeah. So it comes out of the sink and then we put it in a glass so we can drink it. Where else can I find water? Jesus.
In holes.
In holes. Sometimes, like little tiny holes are called puddles. Where else can I find water? Let's see, Sarah.
Snowflakes.
Inside snowflakes. Where else can I find water? Let's see, Klaus.
Toilet bowl.
Yeah, I can find it there. It helps all the stuff go out. It makes it easy to go there. Where else can I find water, Tavin?
Rivers.
In a river. Where else can I find water? Let's see, Liam, do you have somewhere we can find water?
Ocean.
In the ocean. The ocean's definitely the biggest part. Let's see, Dominic.
You can find water in the sewers.
In the sewer, yeah. I can find water there. Let's see, Amal, do you have an idea? Yeah, where can I find water?
In the lake.
In a lake. Does anyone have any other different ideas? Let me see if I can. Julian, it won't let me unmute you. Oh no. I know you have an idea. I can see it. Let me see. Let me try and get JC. JC, where can I find water?
The pipe.
In pipes? What was it talking? It said the earth has a lot of water on it. So we talked about where we can find water there, but what about, like, me? Do I have water inside of me? Yeah, that's how I stay healthy. That's why I have to drink water. Because when I get sweaty, the water's coming out of me, you know. So I gotta make sure I'm drinking water so I can stay healthy inside. That's like how I help my heart and my stomach, and like all the body parts inside of me work really well when I drink lots of water. Not too much water, but when I drink lots of water. So when I'm drinking lots of water, the things inside my body work really well. So you know, like sometimes if you have like a bike and you haven't ridden it for a while, the wheels don't really move. They're kind of like rusty and they go and they don't work so well. And you have to put oil on it and then it can spin. That's kind of like how your body is. You have to drink water to stay healthy, so that way like your heart works good and that way your stomach works good too and you can digest all your food. So that's why we need to have water. So it's important that we can save water. We use water every day. What's a way that we can maybe use less water? So think about how we can save the amount of water we use so we can keep all the healthy water for us. What's one way? I'll give you an example. So when I go to brush my teeth, right, I turn on the faucet and I gotta wet my toothbrush. And then I move my toothbrush away to put the toothpaste on. Should I leave the water on while I'm not using it? Should I leave that water in the faucet on? Show me, yes or no? No, I shouldn't. I should turn that off. I gotta save the water. So then I put the toothpaste on and I can do one quick little psh, and then I'm ready to brush my teeth and I keep the water off when I brush my teeth. So I'm saving all that clean water. That's a way to save water. So turning off the faucet's a good way. So you can think about other ways to save water too, and it helps keep our earth with plenty of clean water for all of us to use if we all save some water. Especially here in LA where it doesn't rain. We don't get a lot of rain, so we have to be careful about the water we use. JJ, do you have another idea? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when dirty water goes into the sewer, when you're done with it.
So that's actually a really interesting idea. The teachers learned something this year when we were taught some stuff about water. So water, we actually kind of recycle it. So it goes through, we have all this dirty water, and it goes through and it gets cleaned and sanitized, and then out on the other side comes the clean water. And then all that dirty stuff goes away, and then we have clean water again, which we can use to like water our plants and stuff like that. So we actually are using some of the same water over and over, you know. So even if dirty water goes away, we have to clean it so we can use it again. Just like with salt water. If I were to use salt water, I don't want to drink the salt in it. I have to find a way to take the salt out of the water so that I can have fresh water to use. Alrighty, so those are some cool ideas and some stuff about water. Tomorrow we're going to do an art project, and you're going to need something if you come to our class. I want you to find some leaves, some green leaves. Now, if you're going to take them off of plants, because a plant is a living thing, you have to be very polite to the plant. You have to ask the plant if you can take its leaves, because that's like coming up to me and someone pulling my hair out and me going, hey, you didn't ask for that. So you have to ask the plant, hey, can I take some of your leaves? And if they're quiet, then they're probably saying yes. So pretend this is a plant. I have to go up to the plant and say, hey, Mr. Plant, can I use some of your leaves for an art project tomorrow? Oh, okay, thank you. And I just take a couple. I only need like 3 or 4. And we're going to use them tomorrow for our art project. So if you can find some green leaves, that's cool. If not, you're going to need a green crayon and a blue crayon. Or something green and blue to color with. But if you can find some green leaves, you can use that instead of a green crayon or marker. Okay? So look for those. Ask your plant before you take them, because it is a living thing and you have to ask first. Okay? All right. So that's all I have for today. And no. Your follow-up activity is to create the drawing that goes with our story today. Make sure to use 5 colors. Send me a picture of your drawing when you're done.